Hi, I'm Trisha Orpia, Fil Fest USA Entertainment Chair. Today on Fil Fest USA's Spotlight Series, I have Bono Herrera, photojournalist. Can you say your full name for me?
Bonifacio Matias Herrera Jr.
Okay, see, very, very long name, traditional Filipino name. So how long have you been in the area?
I pretty much grew up here my whole life. I was born in the Philippines. My dad was in the Navy. I was born in Subic Bay in Olongapo, and within a year we moved straight here to the Hampton Roads area. So I pretty much lived and grew up here in Virginia Beach my whole life.
How did you decide to get into the photojournalism field?
Well, it actually started growing up. I've always been a creative person. I always, was an artistic student as well. I kind of got the acting bug right after high school. Right after high school, I went to the Philippines, and I was approached by family members and people saying, "Hey, you should really go into acting." I was 6'4", 230 pounds. Yeah, I'm tall. Yeah. People think I'm Samoan, but I was kind of really. I kind of thought about getting into modeling, and at that time I was kind of really concerning. So when I came back from the vacation, the trip, I started taking acting classes at TCC at our local college, and I started trying to get into any acting gigs, any theater. I started doing local Shakespeare with the city of Chesapeake. I started doing a lot of just anything involving acting.
Oh, that's so cool.
I got a job position as a production assistant with 13 News Now with Channel 13.
Okay, so how did you get that?
Yeah,
the acting.
I was doing a lot of like theater and acting, and within that community, a friend of mine who happened to be working there said, "Hey, you should kind of apply for this production assistant. It's not a full-time, it's just a small part-time job, but you get to be behind the cameras and just basically do the same thing that kind of what we're doing."
So you got the experience from doing all the acting. And
and I was like, wow, I'm gonna just stay there for a year or two, save money, and then I'm gonna.
So did you have any schooling background besides the work experience?
Yeah, I took some classes when I was going to Tidewater Community College at the time. So I was doing a lot of like camera classes. I was also taking acting classes at the time too. So I kind of built this. Both sides. Yeah, I started meeting with a lot of other fellow aspiring actors who are from the area. I even got to start a film festival in partnership with Cinema Cafe at the time, which was called Channel 757, and we did film festivals, which was a really cool experience and just a cool thing just to kind of meet other fellow aspiring filmmakers and actors.
So are you doing any acting now?
As far as now, it's kind of shifted now that I'm a photojournalist.
So you're on the other side.
It's on the other side, so I'm kind of more in the news, like telling the stories of the local community, just people's stories. So it's kind of shifted, but the camera is kind of still there.
Out of all the stories that you've covered, I mean, even from like day one, what do you think was the most, has impacted you the most, like story-wise, that you've ever covered?
Well, I mean, typically, we have the hurricanes, the snowstorms. Of course, we just had the shooting, back in May. I was one of the first news crews out there, and it's just something that you'll never forget, especially when it's my footage that I'm capturing of police, running towards the building, this and that. So
you were there when
I was there. I was the first crew. Yeah. It was all happening with the ambulances coming back forth. So I was right there. Like I said, I was the first news crew to come there because it was all team coverage. All the news crews were being sent out there, and like I said, when the next day, I remember waking up and seeing on CNN right away that this is my footage that they're using. It's like, wow, this is my footage, which is amazing, but also it's kind of like, it's
and, I mean, your job, that can be even dangerous, right? Because it's still out there and stuff was happening.
It is. We are covering everything, and
not just like shootings, but weather.
Yeah. For example, we just had a hurricane not too long ago with Hurricane Dorian, and I remember I was out there in North Carolina with my reporter, and we are just feeling the winds. Again, I'm 6'4", 300 pounds.
Did you get OBX?
Not as far. We went to a place called Bell's Island, which is in Currituck, or is kind of right there. They send on other crews to
one thing I want to mention is, like, I greatly appreciate how when we are doing Phil-Am or Asian Pacific events that you reach out to us and show your presence.
Absolutely, yeah.
To us, because with you also
Yeah.
being Filipino.
Yeah, I think it's very important that we have these events because, you know, Hampton Roads area, this is a very diverse area.
It
and
is.
really, you know, to show, you know, just not that pride, but also to show the, you know, the togetherness that we have, and just the respectful culture that we have as well. It's amazing, and I think that needs to be shown. People need to see that. They need to realize that, you know, that we have a very beautiful area here, and we have beautiful people who want to kind of show their culture. This area, Hampton Roads, this is my roots are here, and I feel like I still have to showcase more stories in this area. You know, with my family still being here, I just feel that this is where my true home is, and I still want to capture those stories of the community.
And I can relate. I feel the same way. Somebody asked me, you know, Virginia Beach, it's home.
It's home.
It's where everybody's at.
Absolutely, yeah.
Got a great community here.
Yeah, and I think that we have a lot of, like I said, the youth. We have a lot of talent here, and of course, a really strong presence that if we really nurture and kind of just support their dreams, I think, like I said, they'll always remember wherever they are around the country. If they make it big, they're always going to remember Hampton Roads.
Hampton Roads, all right, 757, right? Okay. On behalf of Fil Fest USA, I'm Trisha Orpia, Fil Fest Entertainment Chair, and we'd like to say a big thank you to Bono for coming in today, photojournalist. Till the next time we see you guys, bye.